I'm Dr. Frisby from Nottingham Girls High School, and for the next 5 or so minutes I will briefly go through the structure of the Latin A Level, think about some of the key skills that it fosters, both specific skills and also wider transferable skills, the kinds of subjects that it sits well alongside, and the kinds of careers that it takes people into, and why you might want to consider doing Latin A Level. Okay, so the course is half and half literature and language. The language side of things consists of translation, unseen translation from Latin into English. For that, we will be looking at 2 unseen authors. You have Ovid as your poetry author and Livy as your prose author. So you'll be introduced to them and have the opportunity over the course to familiarise yourself with the way that they use syntax and vocabulary. So we'll be adding to what you already know of Latin grammar and vocabulary, enhancing it with further linguistic structures and the way that those 2 authors in particular use them. The other element of the language paper is the prose composition. So we'll be practicing that as we already do this as part of our development of our understanding of the Latin language more widely anyway, but this is a kind of formal element for this course. But it will continue to have that benefit of enhancing your ability to use Latin and to have an excellent understanding of accidence and syntax. So it'll have a knock-on beneficial effect for your ability to grapple with your unseen authors and also your literature authors, for which you will have 2 prose and 2 poetry. And there we're not only looking at can we translate what they're saying, but we're looking to squeeze meaning out of those texts. And we're thinking about lots of exciting and interesting literary aspects depending on which authors we're looking at. Some of them will be familiar to you. Tacitus and Virgil you have already looked at GCSE, and we'll be looking at further work by them. And then we'll branch out into authors that you may not have necessarily met before, Apuleius being one of them, in the second year of the course. So again, much of what you have already done at GCSE will be useful here. We're not rewriting what we do at A Level, we're just developing further your skills at reading literary texts and analysing, evaluating their content. So this more widely then is going to develop your intellectual skills, your critical thinking skills, your problem solving skills. Latin is well known for developing these areas. It's also going to develop your research skills as well as your confidence in expressing your informed personal responses to the literary texts that you're reading, for example. So it's going to enhance your communication skills as well. All of these things are going to help with your taking on the challenge of higher education or employment, whichever you go into. And Latin sits very well alongside a diverse range of subjects, STEM subjects, art subjects, depending on the direction that people see themselves heading in. It's a subject that gives people options because it allows them to develop both things that are complementary to, for example, sciences. Latin is very often favoured by medics and those going into veterinary medicine because it can help with the terminology, which is a large aspect of that in the initial stages, and also it can help those going into law. obviously the heritage industry, but more diverse careers. I know people who have gone into politics, into the police, into events management, classics as an umbrella of subjects, and Latin in particular, because it is very well respected by universities and employers, can put a lot of options on the table for you. So hopefully that's given you lots of reasons already to think about taking Latin A Level. But if you enjoy the challenge of translation, if you enjoy getting to grips with literary texts in greater detail, then, and you've enjoyed the sort of the community of classicists that we have kind of fostered so far, then Latin is for you.